Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gators. 55. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to Adams. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run with Mack. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second down. Ready, set. At the 35-yard line. 52's the mark. I hope you brought your left, because I'm about to take you.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. That's complete to Marlon Mack. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 7. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Right there. Watch the curve.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Here we go. 180! 11. Deuce. 36. SOS.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball to the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On the ground, it's Matt. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stidham sets to throw on first. Wide open receiver, complete.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Matt. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. So I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now it's Stidham. Funches has it complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
6-3, 218, chop. 5.
Now Stidham. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal. Ready. 50, plant. 80 weapons. Check.
On 3rd and goal, Stidham.
Oh my God! You're telling me, with all that commotion, I couldn't even hit that? Yeah,
Amari
right.
Cooper. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
1, Omaha. 65, 55. Watch the safety crane. Pilot, 64, weak. Smooth.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Number 5, touchdown, Minnesota.
to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
My son Vincent, yo!
The point after is good, and we are tied at 7.
Wow! That was crazy. Yo. That was probably the craziest one-handed, two-feet
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
That was the craziest catch ever, boy. Good shit, Vincent. Vincent Smith, okay.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now this throw caught left side. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Stidham to throw. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. These two teams all tied after 1.
70, Indy.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
They'll run here with Mack. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready? 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
They'll run it with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go.
3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Hey, Orbit.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Complete, Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 11. Hey, gun. 21. Protein spill. Mike 5'9". Let's put him on the buses. Bravo.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Sack City, baby.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. On second down, it's Pollard. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Now it's Stidham. Looking deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Colts on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Stidham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
18 Gators.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Stidham. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. from the gun. It's Garoppolo. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
21, 61, matchbox lights. Kill. Alert, flare. Switch. Hey, alert. 12, fellas, here we go. Hey, exit.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
2. Check X3. 218, jump.
They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tony Pollard, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Stidham. It's caught here by Adams. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. 3rd and 2, now Stidham. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Stidham. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. Throwing again here, Stidham. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's another Colts. 10 logo. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Watch safety 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. He completes this one to Mack. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Ready, set. Over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, keep it up. Bud, get it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
On the double. 80 weapon.
Looking to run with Mack. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, fellas.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
58, right over there, Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Ready?
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They run again with Logan. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Hey, come on.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Here we go. 11. What we got? Hey, gun. I'm here all day. Mike. Hey, Steve 6.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, whoa. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kiki QT, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On second down, here's Stidham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Taken in at the 11. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go. Black 80!
On second down, it's Logan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
There's Garoppolo to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and his guys will take over at the the 30-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Yo, these niggas are not letting me fucking jump. Look! That shit pisses me the fuck off. Stupid ass game.
Under a minute to go in this.
I'm gonna rage on this fucking Madden. Motherfuckers is stupid as fuck, bro.
They go play action with Stidham.
Yeah,
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From midfield now, here's Stidham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job. Going for the deep ball, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Back now in Indianapolis.
They're killing me.
All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Yo, I don't understand this game.
We saw
I don't understand him.
Earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's
Oh, my
dandy as we come
goodness.
up on 1st and 10. Now it's Stidham. And this
Look,
would
and I
have
can't
been
get an
intercepted
interception
if he
in
could have gotten the
bounds.
feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
152 fighter.
Now it's Mack, draw play. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's Stidham to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They'll go again here with Mack. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Stidham. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to touchdown Colts.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle 3rd of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This fielded at the 2.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Play action. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The Vikings on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
I got this. Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, Haywood. D-line, get that quarterback.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to get it at the 20.
Hey, pick your game up. Check. Snap.
They'll start on the ground with Mack. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there at 22.
Oh, that's so pathetic right there.
Under 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He can roll out and fucking just sit there, wait, throw the fucking ball, bro. That shit's
Hines, his
boring.
first carry.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That shit makes Madden
It's
so
a 6-yard
corny
pickup,
right
and it
there.
gets him
Like,
to
that
2nd
shit
and
is
4.
weak.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. 3rd and 1, Stidham. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Boy, they was not trying to let me pitch that. I had him, too. I don't know who was over there, but it was definitely a big pitch.
Here we go. 180. Here we go. Tight right. Lock. 58, come on. Hey, high 7. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
I hate that I gotta fight.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Let's go, Ty. Let's go right here now. Hey, alert! 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 Check 59, Mike. Mike is a alpha. 59. Let's go, D. Big serious.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Hey, gun. Hey, man. Watch the boot, watch the boot. 58, boy, 58. One, Omaha. All day, baby, all day.
Garoppolo to throw.
Oh, they wouldn't let me
And he
throw
can't
it.
get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
59 mark, check, it's smooth. Check.
Back to throw, Garoppolo.
Oh, my
And
God.
that is
All of a sudden, it's
incomplete.
like a Garoppolo
Eric
can't look.
Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. But now it's 3rd down. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. 21. Here we go. All day. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Bravo. Here we go. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Blue down. Lock. Get hot.
Now Garoppolo.
Oh, my God.
But he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks.
All game, bro. This nigga gets mad past fucking PIs, bro. That shit is mad corny. Every time I go to jump a route, I'm bumping his receiver. Fucking trash, GG. Fucking goddamn it. That shit is weak as fuck.
And we will get a timeout.
That shit really pisses me the fuck off. Like, all of us, my fucking O-line can't block 3 fucking guys, bro. No X factors at all, and they can't clamp them up. God, man, that shit is mad weak as fuck.
Trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will
Missed
be
the
from
kick.
56 yards
Nah,
out.
he made it.
And that will wind up just short.
That shit is mad corny, though.
It ran out of
I
gas
swear
at
to God,
the end,
this game is
and this
so
score will
annoying.
stay right where it
So
is. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over.
Every time. He got saved like 3 times.
That gets pretty
Like, that's why I could not stop him. He got 3 pass interference near the goal line. I couldn't stop
And they
it.
closed him out with a
Like, every time I go to jump around,
the
bump,
stretch.
pass interference. Like, nigga, I can't play the ball.
So for the Colts,
Like, I'm not playing
they
the right
close out
receiver,
this
I'm playing
first
the
half
ball.
at a very solid 6-2,
Shit is fucking
and they'll get to
annoying.
stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yo, the sad part about that game, I out-fucking-played him, bro. It's crazy. Nigga, I was killing him. Like, bro, that shit is fucking annoying that they fucking just let him get that. He was getting, look, and he was getting rushing touchdowns from what you call it? From the pass interference call. The pass interference calls, the 2 rushing touchdowns that he got. That's why this dude's rushing yards are so low. That's crazy.